The final press conference just ended between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., and I don't like Crawford's energy. Before I get into it, hit the thumbs up, sub, and notification bell. That way you get updated when I drop the news content like this. With that being said, let's get into the video. Look, guys, I need y'all to click that bell so y'all get reminded when I drop these videos. Anyways, moving on to the fight. Look, I do not like the way that Terence Crawford was acting. Terence Crawford has always been super competitive, and that's cool. He's always believed in himself and never thought he could lose. But the one thing I've never seen him do, which is out of character, is arguing with people in the stadium, the fans that are watching, the observers that are talking. You know, I've never seen him do back and forth with a fan, and I don't even understand, because at the end of the day, the dude that was talking can't fight. He can't. Whoever you are. You got your little 15 seconds of fame, but you can't fight. You would get whooped by either guy. But the fact that he's entertaining it to the point to where Errol Spence was looking at him like, y'all two done? Y'all done? Y'all done? And he laughing about it. To me, it seems like he's diverting from the task at hand. He's diverting. He's putting his energy into somebody else versus who's in front of him. And just like I had to change my pick to Anui when I saw Fulton and his team coming up with all the excuses, I don't see the same confidence. I don't see the same Terence. I don't see the same Bud. And, you know, people who've been around my channel for a very long time know that I have backed Terence the whole time. I have been wanting to see this fight for years now, ever since Terence ran up on Spence, ever since he moved to 147, beat Jeff Horn. This is the fight that I wanted to see. And I've always said that I believe that Bud would win the fight until recently. And I still think it's a 50-50 fight. I think either man could win. I just believe that Spence has more avenues to get the victory. But I'll get into that after they do the weigh-ins and I do the breakdown how I see it going. I digress. This Terence that seems to be getting rattled by every person who says something and responding to every little comment is just, I don't like it. It's a bad look. And I know that people could be like, well, you know, Spence, he said something about being called a goldfish, but he really didn't. He just said, I want to beat him so I can shut people up, like this guy behind me that called me a goldfish, and he laughed about it. He didn't go back and forth. He didn't argue with the guy. You know what I mean? There was no animosity there. It was what it was. And I don't want to be beating a dead horse or going in circles or saying the same thing over and over and getting repetitive, but I don't like Terence Crawford's energy. I don't like where he's putting it. He needs to be looking at Spence, not other people in the crowd, because those other people that are talking ain't going to fight for Spence. He ain't going to fight them. He's going to fight Spence. That's who he needs to be worried about. And I don't know. I want to dispel one thing, though. As far as people saying that he looks weight drained, I disagree. Terence Crawford has never came in overweight. He's never came in looking like he couldn't make the weight. He's a much smaller guy naturally than Errol Spence Jr. Not saying that that's going to dictate who wins this fight. All I'm saying is that when your fight weight is closer to your walk-around weight, like I believe Terence is, he might be 155, 160 when he's not fighting, but he can't be much more bigger than that. He's really not a big dude. It's not hard for him to make 147. So for people hoping and praying and wishing that he's going to be weight drained and get exhausted fast because of it, that's not going to happen. He's not going to be sluggish. He still looks like Terence to me. But that being said, though, I don't like that. I don't like the back and forth with people who are irrelevant, that don't matter. It's not like that was another fighter. It's not like it was Boots Ennis in the crowd calling him out to a fight. It's a bad look for me. And to me, it shows you're rattled and you're trying to divert your concentration to somebody else. Because maybe you're having doubts about the task in front of you. Again, I will end on this because I kind of went on a tangent, veered off the course of what I wanted to say. At the end of the day, even though I am picking Spence to win, I've always liked Bud. I like Bud more than Spence, and I have nothing against Spence. I just like Terence Crawford. You know, I like his work ethic. Goodness, I can't talk, guys. I like his work ethic, and I like the way that he's carried himself in and out of the ring. I like Terence. I like him. So I hope he wins. I would love to see him break the record and be the first 2-division undisputed champion. I would love to see him accomplish that. But again, I think Errol Spence is just going to be too much for him. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below.